Do you feel like maybe your tactics went a little too far in trying to get your money back?
Well, when she blocked me on her phone and see that they're not communicating with me, like I said, if you know, when we had the initial conversation about, you know, he hadn't sent me the money, and she said, you know, like I said, we both went at each other in text messages, and she called me a sperm donor, and I know she did it to hurt my feelings, and it did. It hurt me very much because I've been there for my children. I only saw I was an only child. I only saw my daddy twice, so I was determined to always be the father to my children as much as I could. Well, every time she cries, I'm crying inside. I almost want to cry outside.
I see
I don't
it.
want to. I can't.
I know that she blocked you, but then you went to her social media.
I know, because I couldn't communicate with her. She would post stuff on Instagram, and I would say, you need to pay me. Yeah, okay.
Well, why didn't you feel like you just needed to maybe give her time?
She didn't, if she had said that, she didn't say it. That's what I'm saying. She wasn't giving me any kind of communication, any kind of feedback, what was going on. All I know was loaning money about the car, and I thought he was going to get his car to repo. Then I found out they went and bought another vehicle with a note, but I'm like, okay, as long as they do what they said, give me the $150, then they...
She's always paid you back when you loaned her money before, right?
Well, it wasn't as much. It wasn't as much.
Okay. You feel that you don't, you two don't owe him the money?
At this point, I don't. If you wanted to address me or said it,
the
conversations would have been a whole lot different.
But he didn't have a way to connect.
I don't have a way to communicate.
Hold on, sir. He tried to call you. Number didn't work. Did you ever think about maybe removing your wife from the equation and maybe going to him yourself?
Yes.
As his son-in-law?
But he would never come at me like that.
Correct.
Yes.
Which is probably why, you know, that would have been a better way to communicate instead of, you know, your wife. I'm going to open it up.
By the way, Ms. Thomas, you're a mom. If your kid needed money, you'd lend them every last dollar you had and you'd take the shirt off your back. You know? I mean, and so you can understand that he may have loaned you money that he needs back because he's on a fixed income. Go ahead.
Granted, in between this time of him loaning us the money and him getting the money for the house, you blowed a lot of money. You out here buying engagements, rings, going on Bahamas trips, going on this cruise, that cruise. So I feel like instead of investing in and using your money wisely when you had that opportunity and invest it, do something that's going to be beneficial for you in the long run. Now, because you blew all your money, I feel like now you're trying to attack your daughters in, like he said, in an intense way when you didn't have to. It could have been done also different. Everything could have been done differently on our end, his end. Even before I get a chance to talk to him and tell him what we was dealing with, I got cursed out of car to BITCH. So at that point, I had nothing else to say because I'm in the point of trying to get away from being like my father, trying not to fuss, trying not to cuss, not trying to choose violence and negativity. I want to peacefully have healthy relationships, healthy conversations. I don't want to keep treating like, no, talking to my dad, you get off the phone, you're drained mentally and physically. For one, he doesn't listen. So talking to him is almost impossible.
Yeah, she's right. I'm not easy to talk to him. I don't listen to people. I don't listen to nobody. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't.
Yeah, that's hard for your daughter. Are you trying to be different, or have you just said... time has passed.
Well, okay, like I say,
change.
I'm 69. I don't have a job. I don't have to listen to a boss and whatever. And I'm a very opinionated person. Like I said, she and I have a lot of similarities. We very much alike.
The most frustrating thing as a mother is to hear my daughter give me attitude and realize that she sounds like me. And I hope that once we resolve this legal issue, it might get you over a hurdle on the relationship stuff.
All right, we're going to excuse the parties while we deliberate in this matter.
We have deliberated and reached a unanimous verdict. And let me just say personally, as a mom and as a daughter whose father is no longer alive, this was hard for me. Because sometimes we get people in here who clearly something has happened and the relationship is just gone and you can see it in their eyes. And we see the love there from both of you. We really do. And the hurt that this has caused. But we can't do anything about that. We're here to resolve the legal issue. And we found, Mr. Thomas, that given the history of extending loan payments and the fact that you're on a fixed income without a significant amount of additional money, even though there was no explicit agreement on the first payments, we found it more likely than not that it was intended to be a loan. And obviously the $2,800 was clearly established as a loan. So we believe you're entitled to recoup those amounts, minus what the defendant has already paid you, obviously. She gets full credit for that. There's no entitlement to interest, but under the circumstances, we don't believe any interest is appropriate. Okay. So our verdict is in favor of you, Mr. Thomas, for the repayment on the principal of the loan, which is $3,030. Okay. We wish you all and your children the best.